Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Ghost Like Gossip. This is Joe Ferlo, the director of the Grand Oshkosh. I'm glad you could join me. We're going to spend a little bit of time today talking about things that are changing as they do almost daily these days. And I'll answer some questions if you have them. I should say that right off the bat. If you do have any questions along the way, something that I'm not covering for you for which you'd like an answer, feel free to pop that up in the comments section, and I will do my best to give you an answer. Makes my eyes dart across the screen, though, but what are you going to do? That's what happens when you engineer your own show. First, the biggest announcement that affects so many other things going on right now. I don't think it's going to surprise anyone, really. When I first went on the air with reports 4 months ago now, the theme was that things would change and that things that I knew to be true at the time I said them might well change between then and the next time I had to talk. And here we are with the first of one of those big changes. And that is got a lot to do with the seating capacity at the Grand. As you know, we are opening with a reduced seating to allow for distancing between audience members and a mask policy that insists that you put a mask on before you come in the door. You wear it at least to your seat. If you're going to enjoy a beverage, you can do that at your seat. You get up from your seat, you put the mask back on. It's going to be a whole different ballgame for us. When I instituted this policy, the idea was that we were going to give that a shot. We were going to do it through the month of November, and then we would reevaluate at that time. Fact is, a lot has happened that's caused us to reevaluate a lot sooner. And it's got everything to do not just with social distancing and the counts and the health reports, but also with what's happening in the field. The difficulties for artists to travel because of quarantine restrictions and things like that. At both sides of this, we're running into some roadblocks. So we're going to do a little bit of shifting. I am going to extend the lowered capacity and the distance seating through January of 2021. And what that means is that some of the shows we've got set up for the fall that require a full capacity in order to be successful are going to get postponed along the way. Now, I hate to give you that kind of news, so I decided I wasn't going to do it alone. So I asked a friend to come and help me with the biggest bombshell affected by this. I want to welcome Mr. Brent Barrett from the Four Phantoms. Brent, thanks for joining us from Las Vegas.
Hey, Joe. Nice to see you.
So We'll get to the bombshell first, and then we'll visit a little bit. Obviously, one of the big things that we were looking forward to was the Four Phantoms, a special Christmas show, Christmas with the Four Phantoms, in December. Well, again, for all of the reasons I just said and more, we found ourselves having to reschedule. So instead, the Four Phantoms will be coming, but in April of 2021 for 3 shows. Ticket holders who have tickets to those Friday, Saturday, Sundays in December, you have the option to hold those seats for the same Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee in April, and we'll work forward from there. And of course, we wish we could have a special Christmas show, Brent, but you guys are still going to give us something fun, aren't you?
Oh yeah, we're all disappointed because we were so looking forward to coming back to the Grand for Christmas, and because I'm sure you guys do some really special things with those cheese curds. What do you do? Do you put a little sugar in them? We're really sorry no, we were so looking forward to coming back with our Christmas show, but but listen, it's just the time we're living in. I totally understand that it's not possible, but we will be there in April, and we might even have a special guest star with us. And by April, because we're in and out of the studio, we're remixing, and we're going to have our first CD ready to go for you and Oshkosh in April.
I was a special part of that CD too, because I sat in the audience one of those nights, and it was a live CD. Okay. So you might actually hear my laugh or something on there as well, right? So I'm really thrilled that you asked me to be a part of your CD.
Yeah, we recorded that in January at 54 Below in New York, and I still haven't heard anything. So I know they're mixing and remixing, and so I'm looking forward to getting a chance to hear it.
Well, trust me, you all sounded great. So, Brent, for the folks who are tuning in, first of all, how are you, and how are you getting along through all of it?
It's been an oddly difficult and yet kind of restful time, right? Because everything that I had on my calendar was totally scrapped. I did a concert here in Las Vegas in the beginning of March on a Friday and Saturday night, and the next week everything was closed down. And so it was just in the last month, because I also work with a little supper club here called the Vegas Room, and we just reopened about a month ago, and we're doing Friday night dinners when I've been booking the entertainment in that. And so I'm going to do my show again tomorrow night and Saturday night, but we're social distancing also, so we can only let 30 people in the room for each evening. And but listen, we are so much more fortunate than a lot of people. I know all my friends in New York are just, I feel so badly for them. It was much more of a confined shutdown for them than it was for us here in Las Vegas.
So also you mentioned doing a concert. You've reached a special time in your career, and despite your boyish good looks,
I'm old, Joe.
It's quite a milestone.
Yeah, I just realized my Broadway debut was Valentine's Day, February 14th, 1980. That was 40 years ago. And I tallied it up, and it's like 40 years and 40 shows over the years. Yeah. It's I don't know where they all went, but I'm just happy to be here and still doing what I do.
You mentioned, just that folks can they actually look online for you? Are you you're managing online content for your room?
Yes, we are. We're doing a live stream on Friday nights. So wherever you are, you can tune into whoever's performing at 8:00 Vegas time. And if you go to the Vegas, we're supposed to be promoting the Phantoms, but anyway, I'm going to put it.
All right, I got time after you leave.
So go to the Vegas Room altogether, thevegasroom.com, and you'll look, and there'll be a link on that site for whatever's playing in the Vegas Room on the Saturday night.
Well, it's true. Obviously, I am supposed to be promoting the Phantoms, but you guys have become like part of our family over time. So I think it's great that you were able to take a little bit of time right now just to kind of visit, just to let us know we got something to look forward to.
I'm so happy to be doing this because, as I said, we've been to Oshkosh and the Grand twice, and we've always said it's always been a great experience, and you have been so wonderful and welcoming and generous to us. So, listen, this is the least I can do.
Well, thank you. Brent Barrett from the Four Phantoms joining us from Las Vegas. We're talking about a show that'll be happening in April now. Brent, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us tonight.
So you all stay safe and healthy out there.
Thanks. All the best. All right, so there you have it. Four Phantoms is the first of the shows that will find its way into a new time slot. It will move from April 23rd to April 23rd, 24th, 25th. Hold on to your tickets if you have them. We'll be in touch, and we will take care of making that work. And again, we want to thank, if you see down at the bottom corner there, all those sponsors that are making this happen. We sure appreciate their support. And of course, there's more opportunities along the way. I'm going to tell you more about what's coming on the season. I got a couple of questions that have come in already asking about certain shows. I'll be back. I'll tell you more about that. But first, I want to take a little break, give you a little taste of how we will reopen. The tickets are now on sale for our September 12th opening featuring B-Twins. Here's a little taste. That, of course, is B-Twins, who open our season on September the 12th. With our distance seating, there are only about 200 seats available. Those tickets are now on sale. You can grab them online at thegrandoshkosh.org, and hope that we'll see you there. This is the answer to the riddle for me, right? When is 200 seats a great crowd? It's when all you can sell are 200 seats. So we'll go from there. Now, there are a couple of questions here I want to answer along the way because they have a lot to do with what we've been talking about so far. For those of you who tuned in a little bit late, I will be extending the socially distanced, reduced capacity policies here at Grand from the reopening September 12th now through January 31st of 2021. That moves the Four Phantoms show into April. That's going to move our Oshkosh on Broadway fundraiser to the spring as well. And it affects some of our touring artists as well, because quite honestly, not everybody, again, the artists may not be touring because of COVID, and even if they are, the numbers at 200 per show aren't quite the same as they are at 500 per show. So we don't have the luxury of the producers don't have the same luxuries, and that brings the question, Angie's question: Are we bringing Eaglemania in? That is one of the shows that will be rescheduled, and. If you have tickets to Eaglemania or Kashmir, the two great tributes that we have on our fall calendar, one in October, one in November, hang on to your tickets. Please be patient. The box office will contact you, and you'll have an opportunity to know where we're going with this and what your options are, and obviously if you including up to and including refund. So stay tuned for that. Just please be patient, because like every place else right now, we're operating with a very small staff, and while we want to move things along and make things happen for you, we have fewer people to help make those things happen. So with that said, let's review a little bit what we do know that's happening, right? We've got Bee Twins. I just played that for you a little bit. In October, we have added a show, Sunday and Mr. Gessel. I'm going to play a taste of their show for you in just a little bit. That's October the 3rd. It fits the fill-in capacity. When I'm trying to fill some of these gaps by shows that are moving, there's some criteria. I need people who aren't split up, flying in from different parts of the country, because that's not going to work. In fact, whenever I can, if I can get them here without putting them on an airplane, that's even better. So a drivable act is better. It has to be of a size where 200 seats works, either by doing multiple performances or by virtue of a lower fee in terms of the artist. So we're all very, very collaborative right now. My artist friends, my agent friends, and people like me, trying to find our way through that. And finally, I really don't have I don't have an urge to have a really jumped ticket price just because there are fewer seats. So all of the math leads me to do a little different kind of shopping. I was thrilled, though, to be able to add Sunday Mr. Gessel. They go on sale tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, 2 to 6 of the box office hours. And you'll be able to buy your tickets for that. They're going to go quickly. They are on sale Friday to donors and members of the Grand, on sale next week to the general public. If you are not yet a donor, you can want to get the best seats in the house. Of course, you can do that online as well. So that is happening for us in October, and my hat's off to our friends who do Symphony on the Rocks. That is also scheduled for October. It's going to be scaled to a point so that it works for the 200-seat audience, and I'm really thrilled that that's going to happen. I'm cooking up some stuff in November, but we do know that Spirits of the Grand will go online and be available at the end of October. First weekend in November, we're gonna go deer hunting 2 weeks early because I want an audience to be there. We're going to use Jeff Daniels' wonderful comedy Escanaba in the Moonlight will be presented. For those of you who saw the movie, it was a play first, and the play, in my opinion, is even better than the movie. It's a wonderful trip to deer camp with all of the rituals and the antics, I guess is the best word, plus a little mystical goings on happening at the Sodi Deer Camp just north of Escanaba, and that is something we're looking forward to the beginning of November. In the next couple of days, I'll be announcing some stuff for later November to fill some gaps that are there as well. Going into December, I will fill the Phantoms date with something that works in the parameters that I've got in front of me. We're thrilled to have again Michael Bailey, Steve March-Torme, Mark Wood coming in to do for kids from 1 to 92, which of course is a takeoff. An homage to the Christmas song written by Steve's dad, Mel Torme. And this one just announced, goes on sale next week. Lori Line will be here. She's a great pianist, very popular, and she hasn't been at the Grand in quite some time. And I was looking forward to that. She's appeared often with a chamber orchestra, a pop orchestra. This time it's a very special one-on-one Lori and Lori Line and the piano. Those tickets will be on sale soon as well. So we will not be silent as long as we're able to be open. And of course, again, my disclaimer is to you is this is today, and who knows what's laying ahead for us coming forward. But the plan is that we will be there for you, and hopefully you'll be there for us as we go forward. There's going to be new announcements happening in the days and ahead. And tomorrow we have cocktail hour. I'm back here. I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Mr. Billy McGuigan from Omaha. Billy is a terrific artist who started his career with a Buddy Holly tribute called Rave On. Later did and does an all request Beatles tribute, which has played the Grand and played actually the Menominee Nation Arena as well, called Yesterday and Today. The audience chooses the songs, and Billy's going to join us. He has a great life story, and I think you'll find it interesting to spend an hour talking with Billy McGuigan. And then on Saturday, we have some content. Ben Wagner, a great guitar singer out of Milwaukee area, will join us live. And provide you with a little bit of music. So the Grand at Home continues, and at any point, as I have news, whether it's going to happen on Thursday or Friday or Saturday, I'm going to keep you up to date. It's one of the best ways to stay in touch. The other way, of course, is to check frequently online at thegrandoshkosh.org. We're keeping that up to date. Even the brochure, which is electronic this year, and you can access from the front page. Brochure is updated as these shows change and evolve along the way. So there's always an up-to-date, the most up-to-date listing we can give you. Things are changing, and now we're, as we get into the fall, it's about maybe what's getting added now that we know what's going to have to move. I don't want to leave a schedule that's sitting open. If we have an opportunity to entertain you, we're going to do it. So with all of that said, I again will answer some questions for you. I'll be back in a second to talk some more about the policies, what the Grand experience is going to be like. But first, I want to go back to that first added on show. Sunday, Mr. Gessel coming October the 3rd, socially distanced seating, and a fabulous, fun, entertaining show. Goes on sale tomorrow to donors, Monday to the general public. Here's Sunday and Mr. Gessel.
Well, I love my baby better than a brand new sweater. I love my baby, he kisses me warm at night. Yes, I love my baby the most. He makes me breakfast the toast. I love my baby, he makes me feel alright. When I'm feeling blue, oh, he knows just what to do. I love my baby, hold him very tight. 'Cause I love my baby better than the last warm weather. I love my baby forever and a night. Yes, I love my baby forever and a night. Oh, I love my baby forever. And a night.
That is Sunday, Mr. Gessel. We're looking forward to seeing them here at the Grand Oshkosh in October. With all of that said, though, let's talk just a little bit about what an experience of the Grand's going to be like if you return to us in the fall. Everything about what we do right now seems to be changing constantly, and certainly everything we're talking about to prepare to reopen in any level in September is not something we're taking lightly. There are policies and health concerns and cleaning protocols and things, the distancing and how traffic flows through the building. All of that's being carefully worked on by our staff. They've been doing an incredible job for months now, both researching things and moving forward. So obviously, some of the things that you're going to want to know is you're going to want to purchase your tickets in advance, because we won't be selling walk-up sales on the night of the show, again, for traffic. And obviously, we're going to want you to stay home. We're going to encourage you to use low-contact payment options, credit cards, debit cards, face masks. We're asking you to bring one. If not, we're going to provide you with one. And we're going to ask you to distance in common areas. It's all just kind of good sense. The face masks is a big deal. I know it is. It's a big deal for right now. In fact, today, sitting here, it's a hot button issue. But I can tell you at the Grand, it's going to be a requirement, regardless of what's going on all around us. I made that decision weeks ago, and you'll have to make that call, because when you hit the front door of the Grand, we're going to ask you to put on a face mask. If you don't have one, we're going to hand you one, and you're going to need to wear it to get in that door. Once you're in the door, you buy your beverage, you get to your seat, when you're at your distant seat with your family unit or by yourself, at that point, if you want to take your mask off to enjoy your beverage, there you're fine. You need to put it back on the way out. So the face masks is going to be a way of life for us. It's going to be real different, but the safety of our audience, and not just our audience, but our staff and our volunteers and our artists is going to be very important. So there are other things we're doing. You've heard me mention the seating capacity reduction. Those seats are in 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. All of the cleaning protocols have been updated. We've got partitions installed. Hand sanitizer we actually had up in the place before we shut down in February. The staff themselves will do temperature checks. Staff and volunteers. We're going to try to limit things in terms of doors and such. The playbills will be digital. Instead of a piece of paper a booklet handed to you. We'll also utilize the screens on either side of the proscenium arch as a way to get you information about the show you're watching. There'll be only online merchandise for sale. There'll be no meet and greets. There'll be no intermissions. Look at the bright side. You come in, the show will be an hour and a half long because you just come in, the show will happen, and it'll be done. Beverages will be limited, quite and different. There'll be single serve cocktails. If it doesn't come in a single serve, we won't be selling it. It'll all be disposable. We're going to have to practice distancing there. Sweet seat service in your seat will not be enforced. If you buy a sweet seat, you'll get a drink coupon. You still get a free drink, but you're going to have to pick it up yourself on your way in. We're going to just minimize the traffic and the flow through all of that. Everything's being done, obviously, with the idea of minimizing contact between audience members. We've walked through a whole bunch of different ways to bring people to their seats and how to bring it out. And I know that when I do a curtain welcome speech, it's going to look a little bit like when you get on an airplane, because I'll be pointing out all of the exits you can use at the end of the shows. And it's going to be a wild ride for us, but we're finding our way through it. And certainly we've got your help. Folks have been very generous to keep supporting us. And it is a big deal because there's a lot of places that are not going to make it in the arts. We were the first to close. We'll be the last to open. And boy, was it brutal. We closed suddenly. So if you can help us, I appreciate you doing that. And we're going to try to make it fun. If you aren't coming to a show, how can you help us? You may not be comfortable, and I get that. But we're going to sell the empty seats because it's the Grand. We've got the ghosts. So our slogan for ghost seats are safe but not empty. And for $5 you can pay for a ghost to sit in one of the empty seats at the Grand. And of course, all of that helps us keep going. Our goal is to fill every empty seat in 2021, and that would be 7,000 ghost patrons. So, and finally, if you aren't able to join us, we're going to do our best not to forget you because. For many of these shows, not all of them, but for many of them, we are exploring, and I'm fairly certain at this point that we will have a streaming option. Live stream only on the night of the event. If you can't join us, or if either you aren't comfortable or you don't want to put on a mask, whatever it is, you've always got an option. You've got an option to tune in from home, and all of that information will be forthcoming. We're also putting our AmCore Student Discovery Series online. We're not going to forget the kids in our education mission. We just sent out some word on that last week, and it's a great option. We've got a great partnership with a group I've been working with for years by the name of Arts Power, and they are providing us content in terms of children's shows and educational programming, and teachers will be able to. It depends on what their needs are. We can't know that. We can only do our best to anticipate it. So, if you're a teacher out there and you want to have one of these shows in your classroom, you can buy a license to show that in your classroom. If your kids are at home learning, you'll be able to send each of them a link to view the show. It's going to have talkback sessions, just like when we have them at the theater. Maybe even on occasion, one of the authors talking about their work, and it's going to be a great experience. And we want to make sure that that whether it's used or not, or how widely it's used, we want to make sure it's available. I know that there are a lot of kids home looking for things to do, and these will be great events for the families to participate as well. In fact, the first one, Chicken Dance, is already available during summer months for people to buy a license, tune in. You can do that right now, and the information you need for that is on the website. Again, thegrandoshkosh.org. It looks like that I have covered your questions for the day, and certainly we had our share of news for the day. So with all of that said, again, I just want to remind you that we have more content coming for you this weekend. Tomorrow night for cocktail hour, I'll be visiting with Billy McGuigan, who of Rave On, and yesterday and today, the interactive Beatles tribute. On Saturday, we have Ben Wagner joining us live for an hour of music. And we're going to keep staying in front for you. There will be more news as we go. I invite you just to continue tuning in here. And in the meantime, come and visit the website often. And I'll look forward to seeing you here until I see you at the Grand. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Joe Ferlo. I'm the director of the Grand Oshkosh. Hoping you're all well, and looking forward to seeing you real soon.